Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Friday, February 24th. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thank you so much for spending just a little bit of your time with us here on Mornings on Main Street. Coming up on today's show, it's an exciting one. We are hearing about the Braille is Hot Chili Cook-Off happening this Saturday. What's so wonderful is all the proceeds raised, it will go to help the Nashville chapter of the National Federation of the Blind. I look forward to sharing all the details, and that is coming up for you in a few short minutes. Also today we have Miss Cheap with us, Mary Hance. She talks to us about the annual consignment sale pop-ups that are happening over the next few weekends. You know, you can really find so many phenomenal items in a consignment shop. It really is just a treasure trove of good deals. And then we wrap out this morning with hearing from a Clarksville business owner who has recently been named one of the 20 individuals to watch out for in 2023 by the New York City Journal. So we got her story. She shares a little bit of some obstacles that she overcame when she was younger and then what set her on the path to where she is today. Can't wait to share that with you. But first off, our headlines this morning. Despite the opposition from the State Department of Safety and Tennessee Highway Patrol, a bill that could allow anyone over the age of 18 to carry any legally owned firearm, not just handguns, without a permit passed its first legislative hurdle. Now, the bill does have exceptions and pushback. Read more details about this bill and more by going to mainstreetnashville.com. And then text to 911 service is now possible in the Clarksville, Montgomery County area. Wireless customers can now send a text up to 140 characters to 911 in an emergency. Now, text to 911 should only be used in an emergency where placing a call is not possible. Voice calls to 911 are still the best way and fastest way to get help. Only text this service when a voice call, again, is not possible or safe for you. Read more by going to mainstreetclarksville.com. And then educating people on the risk factors of heart disease while offering new tools and procedures to detect early warning signs of a potential heart attack has been happening all month at TriStar Northcrest Medical Center in Springfield, Tennessee. The picture here is from a recent red dress luncheon where attendees heard from heart health experts and also learned ways that they can prevent heart disease. Side note, according to the 2022 Tennessee County Health Rankings, Robertson County ranked 16th out of 95 counties based on the number of serious heart attacks, strokes, and deaths due to the heart. For more, go to robertsoncountyconnection.com. Well, let's get a check of that forecast now. Again, it's just crazy how warm the weather has been the past couple of days. I love that. Also love the jokes that Justin brings to the table, but I have a joke today.
Would you rather go first? I heard that you did have a joke. Just for everybody to know, she did not tell me off camera, so this is completely surprise. Or would you like me to go first?
Sure. Mine is not weather related.
Okay, so mine's not either, though.
Okay. Well, you go first, then I'll go.
Okay. Here we go. Police finally arrested the world tongue twister champion, and they said that she'll be given a tough sentence.
I like that one. That was good. I like that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay, so why does a duck have tail feathers?
Oh, man, I don't know. But why?
To cover its butt quack.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I heard that this morning and I was so excited to share that.
Never apologize. That was fantastic.
All right, what's our forecast? What do you have?
So our weather for today is not as hot as it has been, but still chilling at a really nice temperature. We have a high of 53. As we get into the evening, it has occasional showers here and there with 50% chance of rain, but it is staying pretty nice out. And throughout the week, we are going to see the temperatures stay about the same, maybe even get a little hotter. So I don't know why, and I don't get it, but it feels good outside. So let's go enjoy it, right?
Yes, let's do it. What a great day. A great time for a hike. Justin, thank you.
You're welcome.
The Braille is Hot Chili Cook-Off is happening this weekend. If you're curious to what this is a fundraising event for the Nashville chapter of the National Federation of the Blind. The proceeds from this event, it helps with Braille camps for those who need it and so many other activities and initiatives. To tell us more about the Chili Cook-Off as well as where the money will go, we have the president, Tracey Fields. She is the president of the Nashville chapter of the Blind here in our area. Tracey, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Well, first off, tell us about the cook-off and what this will entail and who's involved.
Okay, so this is a fundraising event for our chapter to raise funds to support some of our initiatives in the area. So we will have 3 celebrity guests, Rudy Kalis, and from Channel, they used to be the broadcaster, sports broadcaster. Then we have Nick Barris from Channel 5 and Roy Hoffman, who is a multi-instrumentalist here in Nashville. So they're going to be our 3 celebrity judges. And then, of course, our members will also go through and get to vote on all the chilies. And right now, it looks like we have about 16 chilies. So nice. It's going to be a night of a lot of food. So anyway, but our fundraising will go for funding the things that we do in our chapter, which we provide technology grants to people in the area who need assistive technology, Braille devices and audio devices that help them live an independent life. We also do scholarships for students in the Nashville age who are vision impaired in the public school system. We do funding for Braille camps for school-age children. Just anything that you can think of, ranging from infancy through senior age people who have vision impairment, we can spend those funds for, in addition to just providing lots of other resources as far as training and things like that.
How long have we had the Nashville chapter in our area?
The Nashville chapter has been around since the 1970s.
Okay.
It's gotten really strong in the last 20 years, but it has been in the area since the 1970s. The National Federation of the Blind nationally started in the 1940s.
Okay. What does this offer for those who are in our area? Why is it so important for a city as the size of Nashville or the Middle Tennessee area? Why is it important for us to have this chapter here?
It's important because it helps people who are blind learn to, as we say, live the lives they want. That's our tagline. So it helps them gain independence and find resources that help them in their adjustment to blindness. A lot of our people are people who lose their sight as adults. And so they haven't learned to live with their blindness from an early age. So they have no clue sometimes of all the things that are out there for them. So we're a mentoring group as much as we are a resource group. We're all vision impaired ourselves. It is a blindness group run by the blind. So we're there to mentor and offer, support for those who need it.
How many individuals do you have as a part of this group right now, or that you are actively helping?
Well, we have 65 active members right now. But that's just our active members. We actually have other members or people who haven't joined that we assist as well. So over 100 that are on our list at this time, and it's growing every day. I get people reaching out to me weekly, with new people or people wanting to come and check out a meeting.
Really?
So, yeah.
For the chili cook-off, so who's making the chili? So who is you said you have 16 chilies. Who's preparing the chili?
Okay, so it's a conglomeration of people from all over the Nashville area, different agencies. We have a couple of entries from the Tennessee School for the Blind. We have 5 members in our chapter who have entered their chilies. We have Achilles Nashville, which is the running group for people with disabilities. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with them or not. Let's see, we have Strive for You, which is also another fitness organization for people with disabilities. especially the blind, but they do work with other people as well. Let's see. We have a couple of other individuals that have, entered on their own. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten. That's at least several of them there. So there's other agencies around the area.
That's fantastic. So again, it's going to be a wonderful cook-off. So the Braille is Hot Chili Cook-Off happening this Saturday. It's in the evening, so if you have time to head out, can people just get tickets at the door? Tickets are $10 per person. Is that correct?
It's $10 per person, or if you have a family of 3 or more, it's $30 is the most you would pay.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So again, if you are in the area to stop by, you can do this. So the Tennessee School for the Blind, I'm going to give the address. It's 115 Stewart's Ferry Pike in Nashville. Again, that's 115 Stewart's Ferry Pike. And that is where the Braille is Hot Chili Cook-Off is happening, starting at 5:30 and running to 8:30. Will you announce the winner that evening?
Yes, we will. And also we will have live entertainment with saxophonist Steve Norman and Roy Hoffman that I mentioned earlier, who's a multi-instrumentalist and vocalist. He's awesome. So we'll have those guys, and we're also having a live auction. So we would love people to come out.
Oh, that's fantastic. And hopefully a lot of people will be heading out to this. If we wanted to learn more about our local chapter of the blind, as well as, to connect with more information, where do we go and how do we do that?
You can go to nfbtn.org.
nfbtn.org. Tracey, thank you. And is there anything that I have not asked you yet that you feel like people need to hear or would want to know?
No, not really. I think the biggest thing is just remember that the blind community is they're just like anyone else, and we have some special needs, but we're highly capable, and we can do lots of things if people are open-minded about it, and we just want people to live the lives that they can have and live their best life.
100%. Tracey, thank you so much. Again, that chili cook-off coming up this Saturday. We appreciate your time and look forward to connecting with you again in the future.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have a whole lot more coming up after this.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd. The goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Don't miss a minute of the action this season. Visit NashvillePredators.com/tickets to get your seats today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. It is time to talk saving and how you can do that with consignment shopping. And who do we turn to for this? We turn to Miss Cheap, Mary Hance. Good morning to you.
Good morning. I do love these consignment sales. They're just a great way for people to save some money and get some great merchandise.
Oh, 100%. Like from clothes to house goods, for things for children, for pets. When you talk about consignment shops, you were sharing, and I read your article in Main Street Nashville. So guys, if you want to read her article, you can go there as well. But the information that you have there talk about some of the pop-ups coming up for the consignment shops.
Right. These are seasonal sales, and they have them in, right now for the spring and summer season, and then you'll see another round of them in the fall. But they're over the next, 4 or 5 weeks, there'll be a lot of these sales, and most of them last 2 or 3 days. They're held in a school or church gymnasium, and they have hundreds of consigners who bring in things. Most of them are focused on children's items, children's clothing, equipment, toys, strollers. And it's just the right place to buy that. I think a lot of grandparents shop at these places to outfit a room for their grandchildren or to outfit them, or you're buying things for pennies on the dollar. And then for people who want to consign, it's even better because they can consign things and get money back and then buy more things for their children. Somebody said it's like renting things for your kiddos, which I thought was a great way to look at it.
How do they do that? So how do they, if they give up an item, how do they get money back? How does that work?
Most of these sales are set up where For the consigners tag their own things and bring their things to the sale. And, there's a drop-off time and all, and they get 70% of what the item sells for. Okay. And the sale gets the other 30%. So that's a better deal than most of the consignment shops that are there, the brick and mortar consignment shops. Most of them are 50-50. And they're not that many. A lot of those are chains of children's things. But I'm telling you, these sales are great because the consigners price their own items. So a lot of times at these sales, you'll see one item that you'll see multiples of it, and they'll be all different prices, and particularly on the equipment and toys and that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's definitely
very. Oh, that's like very nice. And like, so then what sort of tips do you have for us when it comes to shopping consignments? Like, how do we make sure we're getting, though knowing it's a consignment pop-up or consignment store, getting the best for what we are spending?
Well, they really can be overwhelming. So you do need to go into it with your eyes open. I think the best thing to do is to check the websites of the sales that you intend to visit. I think make a list of things that you might want to buy at the sale and have the sizes and the other details of what you need. I think thinking ahead, like for the spring and summer sales, I'm always looking for swimwear and Easter clothes for my grandchildren. And you'll find these. I mean, I was at the Encore sale in Murfreesboro that started this week, and they had all these little bitty smocked dresses for girls that were. They look like they'd never been worn. And, most of these things most of the things for little children have just been gently worn. So you're getting like new items for a fraction of the cost. I think another tip that people have is you see people who come in with like a laundry basket or even a wagon, and they put the things that they might want in there, and then they go in a corner and sift through them. And, all sales are final at these things. So you want to make sure that the zipper works, that there's no stain, that this is something you really want to buy. Some of the sales charge you extra if you use a credit card. So I think taking cash always works. And I think, most of the sales, if you want to go early to shop, if you want that early privilege, you can buy a ticket to shop, or you can be a volunteer for the sale and go and be, help set up or help merchandise the sale. If you want the best deals as a shopper going on the last day, most of these sales have a half price day the last day. And you'd be surprised at how much stuff is left.
Oh, wow. Again, something I just never would have thought about when it comes to consignment shopping. That's amazing. Do you have a favorite consignment location?
Well, the sales are all different. And, most of them, like the Encore sale that I mentioned a minute ago is in Murfreesboro at the Expo Center. And it's half, everything's half off today, Friday, and it'll be 75% off on Saturday. And there, as I said, there's still some good things left. And that's a huge sale. I mean, it's not only children's items, but it's men's and women's plus some home decor. Most of the other sales are strictly children. And I wouldn't say that I have a favorite, but I love to go to these sales because you never know what you'll find. And I love to find one of the things that's always a good deal are children's books and games. The prices are great, particularly if you can wait till that last day sale, the last day of it where they're 50% off. But I think a lot of these are fundraisers for children's ministry programs, or for some of the money goes to Room in the Inn. So, check the website to see where the money's going, because you might be able to support something you're interested in, as well as get yourself a great bargain.
That is just the best right there. That's the best part of this. That's wonderful. Mary, thank you so much. And I know we have a number of consignment pop-up sales coming up in the next few weekends. And there's quite a list that we have in the piece that you wrote for Main Street Nashville. People can find all of that information there at mainstreetnashville.com or one of our other websites. So I saw it on the wilsonpost.com. So any of our Main Street Media Tennessee websites, you can find all the information there that Mary just provided us. And what information I'm talking about is the address and locations for the pop-up sales.
They do the website, the dates of the sale and the location are all there. And I think that will help people. And if you want to be a consignor, I think it's good to go to some of these sales this time around, and then you'll know what to expect when you become a consignor for maybe the fall winter series of these sales.
Great. Mary, thank you so much. We always appreciate your time and your tips on how we can save a little bit of money, because I know we all need it. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Stay cheap.
We will. All right. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome back. We have the pleasure of sitting down with one of the top 20 entrepreneurs to watch in 2023. This was put out at the beginning of February by the New York City Journal. This particular person calls Clarksville home. This is Rosemary Calcese, a phenomenal lawyer, works in real estate, owns Transformation Title here in Clarksville, as well as Calcese and Associates. First off, thank you for sitting down with me.
No, thank you. It's an honor to sit with you.
It's what an honor that you were recognized as one of the top 20 entrepreneurs to watch around for 2023 by the New York City Journal. Did this come as a shock, or how did you find out about this recognition?
Yes, it was a total shock. The New York City Journal does their own vetting process, and they pick from a pool of thousands of people that are entrepreneurs and business owners. And they have different levels that you have to enter your information, size, growth, expansion, basis, fundamentals, and so lots of different categories. I did not foresee myself as being a winner of it, coming from such an amazing pool in the U.S.
Well, and don't let Rosemary fool you. She is an amazing, amazing woman, not only a wife, mother of two, veteran, lawyer, worked in real estate. Like, you have such a extended background. What has, I guess, given you that drive to get to where you are?
Yeah, I'm a very spiritual person, but I came from nothing. I grew up in a trailer park, and I knew at a very, very young age that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to change my trajectory, and I knew that was up to me to do it. And so I think probably when I was about 6 or 7, I told my dad I would be a lawyer. And now I am. I took an unconventional route to get here because I don't have a normal background. My dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot. And so doing that, school can be challenging, having consistency. So I joined the Navy when I was 18, and I completed my undergraduate and master's degree while I was enlisted in the Navy. And then I got out of the Navy and started my civilian legal career.
For those out there who, may say, I don't have the background, I can't do it, what can you say to them? Because honestly, anything is possible.
You can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. And in fact, we moved so much as a child. When I went into high school, the high school told me, you're so far behind, there is no way you're going to graduate until you're probably 20. And that was so damaging for me because I knew I was smart. I knew that God granted me a gift of intelligence, book smart. So it was very, very hard for me to hear that. And so I dropped out of high school in 9th grade and taught myself how to read and write to get into the Navy and to get into college. And so I was self-taught from 16.
Wow. So discipline has always been a part of you. How do you stay disciplined as you have continued through life?
Discipline is key. Discipline is more important than motivation and more important than any plan you could ever have. So my discipline and how I've always stayed on track is every day I have a schedule. I wake up and I work out. I wake up at 05, I work out, I get my kids ready, I clean my house, make lunches, and then I go to work. And I am very a systematic person, create a lot of to-do lists.
That's always the struggle for me, the to-do list.
Yes. Well, sometimes they're so daunting because you're like, oh my gosh, but biting it off in chunks. I also think that I've always worked out. I've always been some form of an athlete. And I think that athleticism teaches you a lot of discipline. And whether you're a coachable person or you're not, but if you show up, you work hard, you get results. And that's really, it's not much more complicated than that.
I do have to ask, as a woman, you've been in male-dominated areas, so from the Navy to pursuing law. real estate is, tends to be male dominated.
It is.
How have you set yourself apart to be so successful?
Grace. I think that I choose grace over feminism or over dominance. If you are a graceful woman and you carry yourself with that pride and spirituality and representing yourself, generally people are very open to that. And so a lot of issues. Real estate law, 98% is male, so I am of the minority for sure. But I've always been in great situations.
Best piece of advice that you can give those listening?
Never give up, and you set your trajectory. Nobody sets that for you. It doesn't matter what set of cards that you've been given. You can change the future starting today.
Rosemary, Calcese, so many great words there. Thank you again. Recognized as the top 20 entrepreneurs to look for in 2023 by the New York City Journal. You can catch the article there. Again, thank you, Rosemary, for your time.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. Stick with us. We have more coming up right after this. Welcome back. It's National Tortilla Chip Day. Who doesn't love tortilla chips, especially when you go to a Mexican restaurant? Or Chili's used to be the thing back when I was in college. So we would go for the chips, the salsa, and then a bowl of ranch dressing. Who else out there did that? So good, still good to this day. Okay, we do have a couple of events to highlight that you may be interested in. On Saturday, if you're downtown early in the morning, heads up, you'll have some runners out. So you have the Hot Chocolate Run. It's America's sweetest race. I did this last year. I will be out there on Saturday. The Hot Chocolate Run will take place at the Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. You'll have runners doing the 5, the 10, or 15K. So just beware that you'll have runners and participants out there. If you would still like to register, you can do that. The race will start at 7 a.m. and to register, it is $51. But again, it is a fun run and just a wonderful morning. In honor of Black History Month, this next event's happening at the Andrew Jackson's Hermitage. Now, they're hosting a memorial service. They do this every year, and they do it to honor the individuals who were once enslaved at the Hermitage and throughout the country. So happening at the Hermitage on Saturday, there will be a service that will include music, special remarks, and a procession to the Slavery Memorial. They're calling it Follow the Drinking Gourd. That's where they will lay 150 flowers will be laid there by the attendees. This event is free and starting at 11 o'clock. Well, thanks for spending your morning here with us on Mornings on Main Street. We hope you have a fantastic and safe weekend, and we will see you back here Monday morning.